Imagine being born into the most powerful family on earth and realizing the only way to stay alive is to kill everyone you share blood with. This is the story of a king who murdered his own bloodline, and this is why it is cursed by time. Picture ancient Rome at its peak. Marble palaces, gold everywhere, power flowing through a single family, and at the center of it all, Caligula. At first, people loved him. Really loved him. He was young, charismatic, and the son of a respected general. Romans thought he was the future, the kind of ruler who would bring hope after years of fear. But something broke inside him, and when it did, Rome never recovered. Not long after Caligula took power, members of his own family started dying. Not in battle, not from sickness, quietly, conveniently, suspiciously. His cousins were accused of treason and executed. His in-laws vanished. Even those closest to him, people who shared his blood, his name, his childhood, were either killed or forced into exile. Why? Because Caligula believed family was a threat. In ancient Rome, bloodlines meant claims to power. If someone shared your blood, they could one day replace you. And Caligula refused to let that happen. He didn't just want the throne, he wanted to be untouchable. So he did the unthinkable. He turned the palace into a slaughterhouse. One of the most chilling moments came when Caligula allegedly ordered the execution of his own cousin, Tiberius Gemellus. This wasn't some distant relative. This was family, raised alongside him, someone who trusted him. Caligula accused him of plotting against the throne, no real proof, no trial, and had him killed. That was the message. Blood meant nothing. From that moment on, fear ruled Rome. Senators whispered. Guards slept with one eye open. Even Caligula's sisters weren't safe. Some historians say he exiled or killed them when he felt they were gaining too much influence. Power had fully consumed him, and the darker it got, the more unstable he became. Caligula began to believe he was more than human. He demanded worship like a god. He humiliated Rome's leaders for entertainment. He executed people not for crimes, but for bad vibes, literally. If someone looked at him the wrong way, laughed at the wrong moment, or simply annoyed him, they were dead. By this point, the imperial bloodline was drenched in paranoia and violence. The family that once symbolized Rome's strength had become a warning, a curse, and curses have consequences. Because when you rule through fear, especially fear fueled by betrayal, eventually everyone wants you gone. Caligula didn't just kill his bloodline, he poisoned his own protection. The guards who once swore loyalty, they started whispering. The senators he terrorized, they waited patiently. And the people? They stopped cheering. Then, one day, it ended. Caligula was assassinated by his own guards, stabbed repeatedly in a corridor of his palace. No honor, no glory, just silence. And here's the twisted part. After his death, his remaining family members were hunted down and killed to erase his line completely. It wasn't enough that he murdered his bloodline. History finished the job. Rome tried to erase him. His statues were destroyed, his name scraped from stone, his legacy buried under shame. But the story survived. Because some crimes are too dark to disappear. And that's why this story still unsettles us. Because Caligula didn't fall to an enemy army. He fell to the very fear he created. He proved that when power is built on blood and betrayal, it doesn't last, it rots. His empire didn't just collapse politically, it collapsed morally. And that's why, centuries later, we still talk about him. Not as a great ruler, not as a hero, but as a warning. A reminder that absolute power, when mixed with paranoia, turns family into enemies and history into a curse. This king didn't lose his throne first. He lost his humanity. And that is why his name is forever cursed by time.